course. Tell me about what this represents and to people that don't actually know what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, in the recent days, Trump made this absolutely amazing and so well organized kind of summit with a number of Arab countries and a number of European countries, and obviously it was led by him. And in this summit he announced this peace plan, and then he talked about how he managed to resolve an issue that has been ongoing for 3,000 years. And, you know, it only took a person like Trump to be able to actually set peace in the Middle East. And what it was, admittedly, is an arrangement for a ceasefire. What it lacked is the presence and representation of the Palestinians in the so-called 20-point peace plan. What it lacks is a recognition to the Palestinian rights. What it lacks is the recognition that actually that ceasefire is more nominal than it is credible. You know, since that ceasefire was put in place, there is nearly 100 people that have already been killed in Gaza. Only yesterday, 120 people were found buried around their homes. These are 120 people that are not accounted for in the statistics, any of the statistics. And I'm wondering how many more we're going to find like that. There is over 100,000 people dead, killed by the Israelis, and there is not a single word of accountability. You know, people are not asking for Israel to be accountable in any way. People over this ceasefire have started marching and have gone back to their homes, but there is no home to go back to. It's all in rubble. There is no water to drink. There is no food to eat. Even, you know, they let in a few trucks with aid, and then suddenly Netanyahu decided to close the Rafah gate indefinitely. So the trucks have been stopped. Yesterday some medical equipment went in, but according to the people who are on the ground, the few doctors and nurses that, and health workers that were left alive, you know, to try and treat 15,000 injured around them, according to them, what was let through doesn't even cover 10% of what they need for 15,000 people. I mean, the number of injured is hundreds of thousands. It just doesn't make sense. It sort of defends the perpetrator and vilifies the real victims. They are inverting all these images and all this pressure on Hamas disarming itself, and you know, they cannot be running Gaza ever again. Well, who are you? Who are you to decide for the Palestinians who is going to run them, who is going to govern them? Who are you to actually say that we don't have the right to defend ourselves, that the Palestinians don't have the right to use every means necessary in order to liberate themselves from an occupation, from a colonialization that has been taking place for over 100 years. So through this tableau we're trying to represent all those aspects. We have a health worker detained, blindfolded. There is hundreds, nearly 1,000 of them in the Israeli prisons. The people trying to get back to their homes and have found no home to go to. Family members searching for the disappeared ones. There is 9,500 people disappeared. Nobody knows where they are. We don't know whether they are in Israeli prisons. We don't know whether they are dead. We don't know whether they've been abducted. We don't know where they are. The representation of the rubble, of the dead, of the famine. Baby formula to this day hasn't been allowed into Gaza. So yeah, this is what the tableau is about.